Hello, assalamu alaikum everyone. This is Farhat again. I'm going to make chicken keema meatballs or chicken keema kofta today. You could use beef instead. I personally like chicken. I have 4 pounds of ground chicken or chicken keema, and you can add some cilantro, jalapeno peppers, and 1 small onion. Grind it and put that in here. Here I have all the spices. 2 tablespoons of coriander powder, 2 tablespoons of turmeric powder, 2 tablespoons almond powder, 2 tablespoons cashew nuts powder, 2 tablespoons cumin powder, 2 teaspoons salt, and 2 teaspoons chili peppers. It's all gonna go in here. You can add 2 tablespoons of ginger garlic paste. And then we will mix everything together with our hands. You can grind it all together or you can use your hand to mix it. Okay, so all the spices are mixed into it. This is how it should look like. The keema should be very dry, and after we mix up all the spices, we will add 8 tablespoons of gram flour or besan, and we'll mix it well. All right, so everything is mixed well. Now this ground chicken is ready to make the meatballs with it. Or I'm going to use some water to make the balls. The balls should be very nicely done. There should be no crack when you're making the kofta or meatball. If there are cracks, there are more chances that it's gonna break. You can also add 2 eggs into this mixture if you like. This is a very unique recipe. My grandmother used to make it. She was a very good chef. I know the ingredients are a little different, but that's what makes this recipe very unique. It's time to make some meatballs. So you take a small portion of keema and you roll it. You can wet your hands with water so that it doesn't stick to your hands. And this is the size I prefer, like this. Make sure there's no crack in your meatballs, otherwise they're gonna break. You can roll them until the entire keema is finished. Alright guys, I made all the meatballs. They're all done. Now I'm going to start making my gravy. I have my stove on medium heat. I will add roughly 16 tablespoons of oil. And I have a large onion chopped. You can add that in there. And we have to fry the onion on medium high until it's golden brown. Make sure your onions are golden brown. As you can see, my onions look brown. Now we'll add 2 tablespoons of ginger garlic paste. And cook it. You can add a little bit of water so these onions get softer. So if you want the thick gravy, our onions have to be mashed well and cooked so that when the gravy is done, you won't see the onions in the gravy. It just looks like a nice thick paste of everything. I'll add 2 tablespoons of water more. Okay, so our onions are pretty much done. Now we'll add all of our spices in there, which consist of, they're right here. I have 2 teaspoons of salt, 2 tablespoons red hot peppers, 2 teaspoons cumin powder, 2 tablespoons coriander powder, 2 tablespoons coconut powder, 2 tablespoons almond powder, and 2 tablespoons cashew nut powder. All of these spices will go in here. I will add roughly 2 to 4 tablespoons of water, and we'll cook these spices on a medium heat. We just have to make sure that all of our spices are cooked well. A little more water. Alright, I think my gravy looks really good. All the masalas or spices are mixed in well. As you can see, it's sticking at the bottom a little bit, and I can see some of the oil coming out on the side. This is a sign that now we can add some yogurt in it. I have 2 cups of yogurt. I'm going to put half of it now. I'll mix it well first. And fry it properly. As you can see, I press the spoon down so all the masalas and spices get mixed and it becomes a thick gravy so we don't have any lumps in there. Alright, as you can see, it's sticking at the bottom a little bit. It's bubbling. That means we can add the rest of the yogurt in it now. Again, same thing. We'll mix it so that there are no chunks in there or no lumps of yogurt. And we will cook it for another 5 minutes maybe until the yogurt gets cooked properly. Alright, as you can see guys, there is oil on the side and it's kind of sticking at the bottom. It's a sign that this gravy is ready to add whatever else we need to add in it. So I'm going to add tomato puree and I'm going to mix it again and let it cook for a good 3 to 4 minutes until the tomato puree is properly mixed in it and it's cooked all the way. Alright friends, this looks wonderful. It looks like my curry is ready, or the masala is ready. Now I'm going to add 4 cups of water in this. My heat is still on medium. We'll let this water come to a boil and then we'll add the meatballs in it. Alright, our water has come to a boil now. We can add the meatballs in them. At this point, after you add the meatballs, make sure you do not use the spoon to stir them. It's a big no-no, because if you use the spoon, it is going to break all the meatballs and your meatball will look nothing like kofta, rather it will become a keema salan. So I'm going to add them all in here. So I put all the meatballs in there. At this point, you're not supposed to use spoon to stir them. The most you can do is just maybe shake them a little so that everything gets settled down. You cover it for a good 10 minutes. I changed the temperature to medium high because when the meatballs go in there, it brings down the temperature. You turn the temperature high so the meatballs can cook. We'll see them in 10 minutes. Okay, it has been 10 minutes. They've been cooking for 10 minutes. At this point, if you like, you can stir it with the spoon. Flip them over because now they should not break at this point at all because they have been cooked. Cover them up and cook them for 10 more minutes on medium heat. Okay, it has been 10 more minutes. Now I think our koftas are ready. We could turn off the stove. You can see they look beautiful. Okay, so I will garnish it now. You guys can be creative with it. You can garnish it however you want to. I have red bell peppers. This is just to give it nice color. You don't have to put the red bell pepper. I just personally like it. Some jalapeno peppers chopped. Cilantro. It gives a beautiful color, as you can see, nice green. I know my grandmother, my Dadi Amma, used to put boiled eggs on them, so I'm going to do that as well. She was a wonderful chef. I'm sure her recipe tasted much better. Mine may not be as delicious, but I gave it a shot. These are hard-boiled eggs, cut in half slices. Just for the garnishment, you don't have to do it. But my husband likes it, so I'm going to do it. Now I'll cover this for 2 more minutes and then we'll dish out our beautiful, yummy, delicious meatballs. Alright, Peepaw, voila, my meatballs look very, very beautiful and delicious. Let's just taste.